Hello, friends. Today's question is, what is love? Well, it depends. There are as many loves as there are people. Love is a hierarchy, from the lowest rung to the highest, from sex to superconsciousness, as the great philosopher Osho has said it in his life. There are many layers, many planes of love. It all depends on you. If you are existing on the lowest rung, you will have a totally different ideas of love than the person who is existing on the highest rung. For example, Adolf Hitler will have one idea of love, Gautam Buddha will have another, and they will be diametrically opposite because they are at the two extremes. At the lowest, love is a kind of politics, power politics. Wherever love is contaminated by the idea of domination, it is politics. Whether you call it politics or not is not the question. It is political. And millions of people never know anything about love except this politics, the politics that exists between the husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends. It is politics. The whole thing is political. You want to dominate the other. Why the reason is because you enjoy the domination, and love is nothing but politics, sugar coated, a bitter pill sugar coated, you can say. You talk about the love, but deep desire is to exploit the other one. And I'm not saying that you are doing it deliberately or consciously. You are not that conscious yet. You cannot do it deliberately also. It is an unconscious mechanism. Hence, so much possessiveness and so much jealousy becomes a part of your intrinsic love towards your partner. That's why love creates more misery than joy. 99% of their relationships becomes bitter. There is only that 1% of sugar that you have coated on top of it. And sooner or later, that sugar also will disappear. When you are in the beginning of a love affair, those honeymoon days, you taste something sweet. Soon that sugar wear off and the reality start appearing in stark nakedness and the whole thing becomes ugly. Millions of people have decided not to love human beings anymore. It is better to love a dog, a cat, a parrot. It's better to love a car because you can dominate them well and the other never tries to dominate you. It is as simple. It is not as complex as it is going to be with human beings. People are falling in love with horses, dogs, animals, machines, things. Why? Because to be in love with human being has become an utter hell, a continuous conflict, nagging always at each other's throat. This is the lowest form of love. Nothing is wrong with it if you can use it as a stepping stone, if you can use it as a meditation, if you can watch it, if you try to understand it, in that very understanding you will reach another rung. You will start moving upward. Only at the highest peak, when love is not a relationship anymore, when love becomes a state of your being, the lotus opens totally and great perfume is released. But only at the highest peak it will happen. At its lowest, love is just a political relationship. At its highest, love is a religious state of consciousness. I love you too. Buddha loves, Jesus loves, but their love demands nothing in return. Their love is given for the sheer joy of giving it. It is not a bargain. Hence the radiant beauty of it. Hence the transcendental beauty of it. It surpasses all the joys that you have known. See, when I talk about love, I'm not talking about love as a state. It is uninterest. You don't love this person or that person. You simply love. You are love. Rather than saying that you love somebody, it will be better to say you are love. So whosoever is capable of partaking can partake. Whosoever is capable of drinking out of your infinite sources of being, you are available. You are available unconditionally. That is possible only if love becomes more and more meditative. Am I audible to you? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Medicine and meditation comes from the same root. Love, as you know, it is a kind of a disease. It needs some medicine of meditation. If it passes through meditation, it is purified. And the more purified it is, the more ecstatic it will become in your life. Everybody has their own idea of love, and only when you come to the state where all ideas about love have disappeared, where love is no longer an idea but simply your being, then only will you know its freedom. Then love is God, then love is the ultimate truth. Let your love move through the process of meditation. Watch it. Watch the cunning ways of your mind. Watch your power politics, and nothing else except continuous watching and observing is going to help in your relationship. When you say something to your man or your woman, look at it. What is the unconscious motive behind what you are saying? Why are you saying this? Is there some motive behind it? Then what it is? If there is any motive, then find out the real motive behind the statement. Be conscious of that motive. Bring it to the consciousness because this is one of the secret keys for transforming your life. Anything that becomes conscious disappear. Your motives remain unconscious. That's why you remain in their grip. Make them conscious, bring them to light, and they will disappear. It is as if you pull up a tree and bring the roots to the sunlight. They will die. They can exist only in the darkness of the soil. Your motives also exist only in the darkness of your unconsciousness. So, the only way to transform your love is to bring all the motivations from the unconscious into the conscious. Slowly, slowly, those motives will die. And when love is unmotivated, then love is the greatest thing that can ever happen to anybody. Then love is something of the ultimate, of the beyond. That is the meaning when Jesus says God is love. I say to you, love is God. God can be forgotten, but don't forget love, because it is the purification of love that will bring you to God. If you forget about God completely, nothing is lost. But don't forget love in your life, because love is the bridge. Love is the process of alchemical change in your consciousness.